A good morning to you all and a namaste to everyone joining me for this easeful yoga practice this morning. So early in the morning, in fact, that I still have my cup of coffee with me. If you want to have a cup of tea or a cup of coffee during this practice, then you go for it. It's all good. A little bit of luxury as we settle into our home practice. So as always, we'll take our time to get comfortable. I'm going to continue not using a mat and just resting on the carpet, and I'll leave it absolutely up to you guys how many props you want to use or how few props you want to use. There's nothing you need to practice yoga, just our bodies. So let's make our way down to the earth. We'll start and end our practice resting upon the ground. So take a little time to get comfortable and easeful. Feel supported, whether that's flat on the ground or soft in the knees or any support of cushions or blankets. There is no rush. We're going to take our time to unravel and unfurl this morning, so just take your time. As we begin to let the body settle into the earth and relax the muscles, we're going to be here for a few minutes. And as we let the body relax, we'll also aim to bring a little bit of calm to the mind as we just set aside any busy thoughts before the kind of busyness of whatever our day entails. We're going to just leave that to-do list aside for just about 45 minutes or so. Just give ourselves time to just connect to our body and our breath first, and then we can start tackling that to-do list. So body, mind, we're seeking a little calm. And also the breath. Just letting the inhales be easeful and the exhales relaxed. You might want to take that little 3-part breath as we inhale for a slow count of 3. And exhale for a slow count of 3. Just envisaging that each inhale, we're filling the lungs with air all the way through the very bottom, middle, and to the very top. And as we exhale, we're releasing that lovely air from top, middle, and very bottom of the lungs. And we're just going to breathe here. Just give ourselves that chance to connect to the breath. If you want to just take a little scan through the body here, just noting any areas that you might want to treat with a little more patience and love this morning. We're going to take everything easefully this morning, but in this situation, more than ever, I need you to listen to your body because I can't see you. I don't know if something's uncomfortable. So listen to your body. Your body is your best guru. Listen to the body first, and then you can listen to me second. And we're just going to take some nice breaths here and just settle in. So I'll just be quiet for a moment. And taking this sense of ease and unhurriedness, we'll just, in our own time, gently bend the knees and pop the soles of the feet on the floor. So soft knees, soft hips, soles of the feet on the ground. And we're just letting our spine, especially our low back, just settle into the earth. So super easeful pose. The arms can be restful on the earth, or you can rest them on the body if you like. I particularly love this pose because it just invites us to just see how simple we can make our yoga practice today. There's no competition here. There's no one to see us in our practice. It's just us and our body and our breath. So we'll just let it be easeful. When you're ready from here, we're just going to draw both knees in towards the heart to make a little tuck. And you can wibble and wobble the body if you like, if you want to wiggle the toes. Any little intuitive movement, you're welcome to take it here. And then what we'll do, taking both hands around the right knee, is extend the left leg flat along the ground. So we're just hugging the right knee in towards the body. And then taking hold of the right knee with the left hand, we're going to cross the knee over the center line of the body. So your right hip will lift off the ground, but your shoulders will stay in the earth. Maybe you take your gaze to the right. So we're creating this twist a little through the spine, but you might also feel it in your hips or the side of your thigh. So just noticing the space. Finding a comfortable point to breathe here. It doesn't matter how far we go. It might be a tiny movement, or the knee or the foot might be resting on the earth. Doesn't matter. Let's draw that knee back in and just give it a little hug towards the heart. And we're going to do exactly the same on the other side. So let's draw left knee in, or whatever's the opposite side for you now. We'll take hold of that knee in the right hand. We'll cross it over the center line of the body. And once again, we're coming into that nice twist. So shoulders are in the earth, knee over to the right, and left hip is lifted off the ground. And again, we'll just let ourselves settle and breathe, notice, and just listen to the body. If something feels uncomfortable, you can always rest. If a pose doesn't work for you, that's okay. Do what feels right and just leave the things that don't work for you today. And slow and steady, we'll just draw that knee back in towards the heart. We'll give it another hug. And then we're going to draw both knees back in. So we're back into that little tuck position. And then with a hand on each knee, we're just going to draw into a half happy baby. So hand on each knee, we're just going to draw the knees wide. So imagine you're trying to tuck your knees into your armpits, and you can take a little rock and roll here. Or you can hang out in stillness, and we'll just take a few breaths here, finding a little space in the hips. And as we gently bring the knees back together, we will release the soles of the feet to the earth. And then from here, we're going to roll to our right hand side in our little yogi recovery pose. And in your own time, we will rise to an easy seat and settle the sit bones into the earth. Cross the legs if that's comfortable. Sit on a cushion if you want to. Take a little sip of your coffee or tea if you like. And just allow yourself to settle in our easy seat. And from here, we can just take some gorgeous shoulder rolls. Might feel a few clicks and crunches as we unravel the shoulders a little bit, just shrugging away any tension, any tightness. And then when you're ready, what we'll do is we'll drop the chin to the chest, and we'll just take some little half moon neck rolls. So you're just rolling the chin from one shoulder to the other along the front of the body. Move as slowly, as easily as you'd like, especially first thing in the morning. Sometimes the neck's a bit stiff, so we'll just take it really slow, take it really easeful. No rush, no hurry. And when you're ready, we're going to do exactly the same at the back body. So we're going to let the gaze go to the sky, and we're just going to roll as if we're rolling the back of the head along the top of the shoulder blades. And again, this movement can really be whatever you like as long as it feels comfortable within your neck. So we'll just bring a bit of movement in. And then as we bring the head back to upright, we're going to do another stretch for the neck. So we're just going to let the right ear fall towards the right shoulder. And if it's comfortable, we're going to rest the right hand on top of the head. So we're not pulling the head over, we're just resting it. And then if you want to, you can walk the left fingertips away along the earth, and that just carries the stretch down a little bit into the shoulder. If that feels too strong, you can just work with the head and just let the head fall. You don't have to bring the hands in if you don't want to. And then from here, we'll just gently bring the head back to upright. And we're going to do exactly the same on the other side. So left ear goes towards the shoulder. And again, we can bring the left hand as a little extra weight. And we can reach the right fingertips away. Or we can just work with the head. From here, as we gently bring the head back to upright once more, what we'll do is we'll come to a wide leg seat. Now, as always, this is just what's wide for you. Doesn't have to be a giant movement. We'll just see what feels comfortable. So we'll settle the sit bones into the earth. We'll extend the legs, and we're going to shine the toes up towards the sky. So give yourself a moment to just get settled in that position. And from here, we're going to bring in the arms as we inhale to sweep the arms up and exhale the hands to heart center. So we inhale, sweep up, and exhale to heart. Inhale to sweep up, and exhale to heart. So it's your breath, so don't worry about keeping exact time. And then we're going to bring in a little extra. So we'll inhale, rise, exhale to heart. And then we're going to inhale and tilt forward in a little forward swim, and then hands back to heart center. So inhale, rise up, exhale to heart. Inhale, swim, and exhale back to the heart. Beautiful. And we're just going to roll through this, just finding a little rhythm and just finding a little movement that feels nice for us. So we're easing through the hips a little bit. We're finding a little bit of flexibility. But if you need to soften the knees, you can do that too, as we just find a little rhythm as we rise and swim through the air with the breath. Beautiful. So just the next time the arms reach up high, we're just going to stay there. So don't rush. We'll just come here and meet in our own time. And with that lovely length through the body, we're going to turn towards our right and hinge from the hips over the right leg. Take it as gently as you like. Bring softness in the knees if that feels helpful to you. If this feels too strong in the legs, just soften up. And we'll just let the head hang heavy for a few breaths here. And we're going to rise it up tall, and then we're going to rotate to the other leg. We'll do the same on the other side. We won't stay here too long, but just a chance to breathe. A moment of peace in the pose. And from here, as we gently rise up, I forgot to raise my hands there, but you can if you want to, just to finish as we started. And then from here, we'll come back to our easy seat. We'll float the hands up towards the sky. And we're going to take a lovely side stretch. Lovely exhale. Let's inhale, rise. And exhale to the other side. So again, we're moving with the breath. So don't worry if you're not synchronizing with me. Everyone's breath is different. But we're just rising on the inhale and falling on the exhale. And just letting that movement be what feels nice. So as much softness in the arms as you like, whatever rhythm feels good for you. Just to find a bit of space in the side body. And then just the next time we carry the arms over, what we'll do is we'll just settle into the still version of this pose. We'll just give ourselves a chance to kind of settle into the side stretch for a little bit. You might want to reach that right hand away or keep it close to the body. The arm might be straight or soft. Gaze wherever you like. From here, we'll rise up tall and we'll take it to the other side. Again, just giving yourself a chance to have a couple of breaths in this side stretch now. And then as we rise up to the sky once more, we'll hinge from the hips into a lovely forward fold. As always, take your time with this one. Let the head and the shoulders hang heavy. And just give yourself a little time. We're going to pause here for about 30 seconds just to let the upper body relax and settle. As if you're letting your upper body melt over those crossed legs. Letting go of any tension in the jaw or the face. Easeful fold. Then as we rise through head and heart to bring ourselves back to upright, with that nice tall spine, let's take a spiral twist round to one side. So you'll take one hand on the outside of the knee, the other can either rest on the earth behind you or wrap around the body and come to that opposite hip. So here I've got left hand on the right knee and right hand wrapped around my body, but you can start with either side. Lovely spiral twist. And we'll unravel, we'll take it round to the other side. That twist running all the way from the very base of the spine at the sacrum, all the way up to the bones at the very top of the neck. And you know I love that story about that bone at the very top of the spine that supports the skull. It's called the Atlas bone. Just like the Greek Titan Atlas, he supported the whole world on his shoulders, just as that little bone does. So from here, what we'll do is we'll rock over our knees. We're going to come onto tabletop, 4-point kneeling. We've got our shoulders above our wrists, hips above our knees, and we're just going to start with some cat-cow movements. So on the inhale, we flex the spine in, pointing tailbone and crown to the sky. On the exhale, we flex the spine out, tailbone and crown point to the earth. So you're just flexing forwards and backwards with the breath as slowly as you like. You can be as gentle as you like as well. If you have any tension in low back or shoulders and you just want to take it really gently, feel free. Again, this is an easeful practice, so take your time to be easeful. Now, if you feel happy with this cat-cow, if this is feeling comfortable for you, you're very welcome to stay here. And if you do have any issues with your low back or your shoulders, I'm going to recommend that you stay with this cat-cow. But if you want to, the next movement, on the exhale, we drop to child's pose. And then on the inhale, we're opening the heart and the hips for a lovely cobra. So we exhale, drop back to the child's pose. And then we inhale, little softness in the elbows, shoulders away from the ears, rolling forwards and backwards like a wave. Beautiful. So if you want to go somewhere in between, I'm just going to demo. So keep with the child's pose, cobra if you're happy. If you want something in between, come to the child's pose, to the cow, so the flexing forwards of the spine. So lots of options. You can keep rolling through the cat-cow, or the child's pose to cobra, or the child's pose to the cow pose. So lots of options, all with that same kind of flexion forwards and backwards with the breath. So all kind of cultivating this rhythm and this connection of movement with the breath. So take your time to roll through a few rounds of whatever version feels best for you today, or indeed do all three if you want to. And then what we'll do, we're going to settle into child's pose. So just the next time you find yourself in child's pose, let's settle in. And you can come to child's pose of choice. So wide knees or narrow knees, arms outstretched or wrapped towards your toes, whatever feels good. Let's just settle in for a few lovely breaths, letting the head and heart shine towards the earth, easeful and restful. And then for a little shoulder stretch, what we'll do is, with arms reaching out in front, we're going to take our right hand, palm facing upwards, and thread the hand underneath the shoulder. Beautiful. We're kind of reaching the hand either forward, or we can wrap it around the body depending on what feels most comfortable. So we're just finding a little space in the shoulders, and we're just going to breathe here for a few breaths. And then we're going to do exactly the same on the other side. So we'll take one hand, we'll thread it underneath the armpit. We're laying the shoulder and the side of the head upon the earth. And again, that supporting hand can either reach to the top of the mat or your space, or you can wrap it around the body, whatever feels nice. And from here, we'll just gently unravel. We'll come back to the tabletop. So from here, we're going to come into puppy dog. So you're going to leave your hips directly above your knees, and we're going to slide the hands forward. And you can either rest your forehead or your chin and your heart upon the earth, depending on what feels most comfortable for your shoulders. Also, you can have the arms straight, or you can have the elbows soft. Again, whatever works for you. This pose is also known as heart melting pose, if that helps you visualize this kind of opening of the heart towards the earth. And to come out of this one, we'll just soften through the shoulders. We'll slide the hands underneath shoulders, and then we're going to sit back on our heels. So if it's comfortable, we're going to sit back on the heels. If it's easier for your knees, then feel free to be kneeling up. So either on the heels or kneel upwards, whatever feels most comfortable for you. From here, we'll interlink the hands behind the back, and we're going to squeeze the shoulder blades together as if we're squeezing a penny between them, and gaze is going up to the sky. So I'm just demoing what that would look like if you were kneeling upwards. So you can either be kneeling up or kneeling down, whatever feels most comfortable. The same idea applies. So we're opening through our heart space, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Lovely. And when you're ready, we'll just release the arms and just take a little roll or a shimmy if you want to. Shake out as you wish. And then from here, we're going to come back to the tabletop. We'll come back to all fours. We're going to do a balance here. So what we'll do is we'll extend our right leg out behind us, tucking the toes under. And then we're going to float our right hand so it's the same side as we rise that right hand up towards the sky, opening through hips and heart. And then just, if you want to, we can float that right foot off the ground. So we are extending through our arms, through the leg, sending those beautiful beams of light out in various directions. Just breathe. It doesn't matter if you want to keep the foot on the ground. It doesn't matter if you wobble. Let's gently bring the right hand and the right knee back to the earth. We're going to do exactly the same on the other side. So we'll extend the left leg. We'll float the left hand to the sky. And then you've got the option, just if you want to float that foot off the ground as if you're trying to stamp the sole of the foot on that back wall. A few breaths. Gaze can go wherever you like. And when you're ready, slow and steady, we'll bring the hand and the knee back down to the earth. So we're coming back to the tabletop. From here, we're going to do just one downward facing dog. So we're going to spread the fingertips nice and wide. We'll tuck the toes. We'll shine the tailbone and the hips to the sky. From here, you can pedal the feet like you're on a little stepping machine. You can wiggle shoulders and hips if you prefer. You can be completely still if you like. You can have a softness in the knees. Your version of this downward facing dog is totally up to you, whatever feels most easeful. As we find a little space through the back of the legs, as we open the heart towards the toes. We're just going to take a few easeful breaths. And when you're ready, we're going to hinge from the shoulders. We're going to roll forward into the high plank. We'll just take a breath. And then we'll release the knees and we're going to sink back into that child's pose. Once again, yogi's choice. Whatever child's pose you prefer, you can come into that now as we settle for a little bit upon the earth. And then from our lovely child's pose, we'll gently rise through head and heart. And then what we'll do is we'll bring our bum to the earth and we're going to return to the ground. I am taking a sneaky sip of my coffee. You can have a breath if you like I'm doing. Or you can just make your way to the earth, laying down on the ground. Soles of the feet on the floor once more. So we're soft in the knees, soles of the feet on the ground, spine settled into the earth. And then from here, we're going to make a figure 4 shape with our legs. So we're going to take the outside of right ankle and rest on the left knee. And just gently draw that right knee away from us. So we're opening through the hip. You can use the hand to help if you like. So if we were just being kind of totally not mindful, that knee could kind of draw in towards the heart. So we're consciously thinking about drawing it away. And then, if you want to, you can take the hands around the back of the left thigh and draw that knee in towards your heart. Some people like to have the knee soft. Some people like to straighten the leg. I'll leave this up to you. Feel free to wiggle and wobble as you please. And just drawing that left knee in is creating space and stretch within the right hip. So we'll just see what feels best for us today. Take it slow. Take it easeful. And as we release that left leg, we're going to swap it over. So we'll take outside of left ankle on top of right knee again, drawing the knee away, opening through the hip socket. And just if you want to, let's thread the hands around the back of the right thigh and either soften the knee or straight in the leg, whatever feels best. Maybe take a couple of breaths with both, see which one you like. And once again, we'll release the foot, we'll release the leg, and then we're going to draw both knees back towards the heart in that little tuck. You can have a little wiggle here if you like. Any movement, always good. And then from here, we'll come into our full happy baby. So we'll draw the knees wide towards armpits and take hold of the outside edges of the feet. If you want to just stay in the half happy baby that we started the practice with, you can if that feels better. Or if you're ready and raring for a full happy baby, go for that too. You can have a wiggle, or you can hang out in stillness, whatever you like. From here, we'll release the feet, we'll draw the knees back together, we'll hug them in, and we'll just take a couple of breaths here. You can draw the forehead towards the knees for a couple of breaths if you want to, or just have a wiggle. And then from there, we're just going to stretch the whole body out. So imagine you're trying to reach both sides of the room at the same time, a nice stretch. And then from here, we're going to carry our feet and our hands over to one side. So we're coming into a little crescent moon. If you want to, you can cross the outside leg over the inside leg at the ankle. Just take that stretch a little further. But this is not a huge stretch, so it doesn't have to feel super dramatic. We're just finding a bit of space through the side body. Shoulders and hips are still restful in the earth. When you're ready, we'll just carry that crescent moon shape over to the other side. So we're still flat on the ground. Still quite an easeful place to be. And then from here, let's come back to the long line. We'll have a little wiggle, a little stretch, a little wobble in any way we like. And then when you're ready, we're going to come back to our Shavasana, our relaxation and meditation time. So take your time, get comfortable, get warm, pause the video if you want to go and get a jumper. Take your time to settle. So once again, we're restful upon the earth. Once again, we're letting the body settle, the mind settle. If we can just pop that impending to-do list at the side of the room for a little longer. And that breath is easeful and unhurried. So we draw our focus inwards towards the breath. This is all that meditation is. It is focus on one thing. We so often use our breath because it is always with us. So we can use our breath as our point of focus this morning. And just let everything else fall away for a little bit. And if we wish, we can utilize this breath as well, so that perhaps each exhale is a letting go of tension or tightness or fear or stress or anything you feel you're holding on to that maybe you don't want to carry into this new day. And then each inhale is a drawing in, a drawing in of what you'd like to draw into your day. So that might be love or comfort, bravery, patience, anything you might feel that you need for today, or that you'd like to nurture or cultivate today. So maybe we inhale love and exhale fear. Maybe we inhale peace and exhale stress. Maybe we inhale self-love and exhale self-doubt or self-criticism. Allow yourself with each inhale to draw in all you wish to draw in to help you through your day and nourish your heart and mind. And every exhale, just breathe out, let go, release into the ether anything that no longer serves you, anything you don't want to carry forward into your day. And so, my beautiful yogis, perhaps the next inhale is just a little longer, a little deeper than the last. Maybe you wiggle fingers and toes or make any movement that feels nice for you as we begin to bring our awareness back to the room. With no rush, we'll gently bend the knees, soles of the feet on the floor. We'll roll to our comfortable side. And we're going to rise to an easy seat with eyes still closed if we can. And just hold on to that meditation for a moment longer. We'll feel our roots, our sit bones settle into the earth and our crown rise to the sky. A little moment to pause in gratitude for our bodies and our breath and our hearts that have helped guide us through our yoga practice today, and how lucky we are to be able to practice yoga even here in this remote form. We can always connect. We can connect to our bodies, our breath, to each other with our beautiful yoga. So we'll just take a moment with that as well. And to finish our practice, we're going to take 3 big sweeps with the arms with the breath. So we're going to take a nice inhale, we'll sweep the arms to the sky. And exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to do that twice more. So we'll inhale, sweep up. And exhale to heart. We'll inhale, sweep up. And exhale to heart. From here, we can gently open the eyes, and to ourselves and each other, we say namaste. Thank you, my darlings. Welcome to this brand new day. I will see you soon.